I guess the first thing that I would say is that I have to kind of take it back to that protein seems to be at the top of the list of what's going to help anybody get through any type of hormonal issues. And if we look at, one of the most common that women are probably dealing with going through menopause and into early perimenopause and into early menopause is that they have a tendency to get some thyroid dysregulation. And there's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of it has to do with the declining of progesterone and still having too much estrogen maybe around that's blocking some of these receptor sites from thyroid hormone being able to get into the body to respirate that cell. One of the easiest approach to deal with a disorder like that is to understand how much the thyroid gland needs a high protein diet, and how one would do themselves a pretty big disservice by trying to eat more of a plant-based diet if they're needing to get more efficiency out of their thyroid, and if they're needing to convert T4 into T3 at a better rate and make it more metabolically active, that is going to rely on protein so much. So a lot of these things, Shawn, that we can see that make these transitions into menopause so much more smooth is really just diet, is really getting them on a higher protein-based diet, dropping their carbohydrate back quite a bit, if not going completely carnivore for a while, or maybe even longer. But that helps the endocrine system so much that women just find the transition through menopause so much easier. Those are the women that I see do really, really well without all the problematic things of the weight gain and the hot flashes and night sweats and the problems with libido and the skin dryness or whatnot, are really helped by those rich foods, high in protein and high in good quality fats. And it's even better if they can add a little bit of organ meat in their diet to get those essential vitamins that only are fat soluble. A bullseye is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per lean muscle mass. Again, I think that would be a good medium for a woman who weighed 160, wants to weigh 140. She should probably be shooting for about 128 grams of protein. Now that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. You know that. 12 ounces of a New York strip steak is probably giving you 90 grams of protein. So, you add 2 eggs into your day, and for that woman, and you're already over what you see. The 3 declining hormones of a woman in late perimenopause of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, all of these hormones have a metabolic effect. This is where you get into a problem with a woman who's trying to do the true ketogenic diet and eat 75 to 80% of her calories from fat to stay in ketosis. Well, with that declining metabolic structure of that changing hormonal landscape, that's just way too much fat. That fat is not going to get burnt. It's going to get stored away somewhere. And so that's where I see them having a real struggle following this diet and saying, I'm doing everything perfectly the way that this thing was set up for the 75% fat, keeping the protein kind of moderately low, and then keeping your carbs really low. I see these women stalling, and how we change that is we push that protein quite a bit up and drop that fat back more to like a moderate level. Kind of stick with the fat that comes with the protein that you're choosing to eat, whether that be steak or whether that be salmon or whatever it is. You don't really need to add a bunch of cooking fat to that. You just need to put enough in there to make it not stick to your pan